But this is Love on the Pod. Welcome. It's I guess it's a bonus episode that we're doing today. So we'll talk about it.
Because I'm going to post it tomorrow. So
okay. Sounds good. So welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I am Sherri.
And I'm Jessica.
And today we are talking about Christmas at Sea, the Hallmark 4-part documentary that showcases Cruise 2 from the Christmas Cruise from last November 2024. As we've mentioned before, we went on the inaugural cruise, so we were not part of this filming. Such a bummer, but we're going to talk about it. But before we do, I wanted... yeah. Okay. We're on the same wavelength.
I'm not sure.
I guess that's why I have so many notes. Because is it a bummer? Was it scripted? Okay, you make your own best guess.
Judge of that.
But before we dive into that, I thought we would do some current events. I just learned that Great American Family has started a book club. Mm-hmm. And they will meet monthly over Zoom to discuss classic books. And it says by signing up for the Great American Book Club, you'll receive invites to all virtual meetings and exclusive access to the recorded discussions after the event. And now in July, they read Guarded by Angela Coral. It's obviously too late because I think the Zoom meeting for that is happening on July 31st, which by the time this airs, it will be that day. So,
unless you're a speed reader.
You can sign up at greatamericanfamily.com. I didn't see anywhere where it said there was any kind of cost. So don't take my word for it. You can dig deeper. I didn't sign up. I signed up for the email. And I think that's all you do. So I'm going to watch my email for it and hopefully hop on in August.
I wonder how much talking you get to do on the Zoom. Like, I wonder how many people are on it.
Yeah.
Is it 1,000? Is it 50? Is it,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be interested just to hop on just to see, even if I didn't read the book, just to kind of see what's this experience like? Is it worth reading the book?
And how do they keep people from talking over? Because there's just two of us right now. And when there's three of us, it's really hard to not talk over one another because we have so much to say. So how do they keep that without it being just a mass of people just chattering? So, it would be interesting. I would be interested to see how that works. Mm-hmm. Another one that I'm excited about is Hallmark, and they're doing a show called Baked with Love Holiday. Ooh. It's set to premiere later this year. It's Hallmark's new competition series starring Tamara Mowry Housley, and she'll help guide competitors on the week-to-week baking journey. My dogs are barking now, of course. Of course, my dogs are barking.
You have kids screaming, dogs barking. Guns going off.
In case you were wondering if we have our studio, we do not.
No.
I'm in the office of my little farmhouse. Jessica's at her home.
I'm in the office and my 6-year-old is 2 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Someday we'll have a studio, but today is not the day. I actually looked into renting a studio for when we record, especially for interviews. So I make sure I don't get interrupted. They're like minimum $100 an hour.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Wow.
And you bring your own equipment. It's not like you're using their equipment. It's just for the room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Isn't there like an open house somewhere where I can just sit in the bedroom?
Yeah.
And use that?
Because there is, I think it's the Tacoma, I want to say it's the Chamber of Commerce. I think that's right. Anyway, they were going to open up some podcast studio space and all the equipment would be there. No idea how much it costs. Probably a lot. So.
Yeah.
And then you're limited to their schedule as well.
Right. Yeah.
So. But anyway, Baked with Love, it's, as I said, it's starring Tamara Mowry Housley, and she will be joined on the judges panel with renowned Irish chef and restaurateur, is that how you say that? Anna Howe, and New York Times cooking expert Vaughn Vreeland. So I'm excited for that one. They're going to be baking up all kinds of holiday goodies.
Yeah.
And it's competition. As we mentioned last time, Gilmore Girls merch is at Hallmark, and I did look. I had to get online and look at all the stuff. I want the dish
of
towel. I
course you
want
did.
the appetizer plates. I want the Stars Hollow mat blanket. I want the lounge fly backpack. It's like $80. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? 100%. It's
That's
so cute.
funny. Felicity was looking at Loungefly the other day. She's like, I think Nana would love this. And it was the Gilmore Girls backpack.
Yeah. I want
They actually
either
have a
that
couple
one.
versions, I think.
Oh, do they? I only
Yeah.
saw one, but yeah, I've been looking at some Winnie the Pooh ones on Poshmark and Mercari, but I haven't purchased any yet. So
After
and
Christmas, Box
yeah.
Lunch always has good sales on
Oh,
Loungefly. That's where I got
good to know.
Felicity's Coraline backpack. And
We
she
took
still
Felicity to
loves
the
that.
Box Lunch store. I didn't know there was such a thing. It is so cool.
It's awesome. It's
We
like the
must have
less
spent
scary version of Hot Topic.
yeah, a
You
lot of really
know?
fun, happy stuff. We
Yeah.
must have spent
Yeah.
like an hour in there. It was a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
fun.
It's easy to do for sure.
And finally, Lifetime is premiering a movie on August 15th at 8 p.m. Central called it's called Eat, Pray, Lie. And you will enjoy this one, Jess. I'm going to give you a little synopsis. Did you look this one up?
No, I have not heard of this one. I thought you were going to talk about the Alexa Penavega one. So I'm excited to hear about this.
No, this is called Eat, Pray, Lie. After finding out that her new husband Will cheated on her during their engagement, Sophia takes solace in her weekly yoga class with her best friend Haley. Then handsome classmate Jonathan invites them to join him on a yoga retreat in Big Sur. Little does Sophie know that while she is at the secluded oasis, someone is watching and recording her every move.
Is it Jonathan?
I was going to say, Lifetime likes their yoga retreat mysteries. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to watch it
in this movie.
You know what? I didn't write down who is in it, but just from the photo that I saw, I didn't recognize the actors. But we'll see.
I'm excited to watch the new Lifetime movie with Alexa Penavega, which is already out or comes out very soon. It's called Before Your Father Finds Us. And I think the premise is a mom with her kid or kids, escaped the dad. He was in prison and then he got out and he shows up at their door one day and then chaos ensues. So
interesting. I'd like to see her in a role like that because I thought she was primarily doing PureFlix movies, GAC movies.
Yeah, I feel like she peppers herself around, which I think is cool to flex your talent like that and be able to do different things for sure. So
yeah, and not be pigeonholed into one certain kind of a role or character.
Yeah. I also saw Hallmark released or pre-orders for their wine advent calendar. Have you seen this?
No.
24 mini bottles of wine, one for every day until Christmas Eve. It's $119.99. It's on sale right now if you pre-order it, and it ships in October. And I have not purchased it for myself, but now that I clicked on it once, I'm getting targeted by it over and over and over.
Yeah. Almost makes me want to start drinking wine again.
I know. I'm like, it's just a tiny bottle.
Yeah. Then you can say I drank a bottle of wine.
Then I need to get the boot and then I pour it in the boot.
Oh, there you go.
The boot shot.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't do liquor shots. Nothing.
No. Oh my gosh. Those days are long gone.
No. I don't know if those days ever arrived for me.
That's all the current events I have. Anything you wanted to bring up before we jump into Christmas at Sea?
No, just the advent calendar. That was it.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So we're going to talk about Christmas at Sea sale number 2 from November of 2024. And if you don't know, it's a Hallmark cruise that's just amazing. Everything is Hallmark decorated. There's Hallmark talent above the aboard the ship. I don't know why words are so hard right now.
They're floating in the air. That's how magical it is.
That's right. And as we said, we went on sail 1, so we got to kind of be the guinea pigs for how it would go. And then sail 2, they recruited some super fans to come aboard and kind of be followed by the cameras during the duration of the cruise. And that's what this documentary is about. So On sale 2, the Hallmark talent in attendance were Jonathan Bennett. Again, he returned as the host extraordinaire, and he is such a good host. So engaging, so fun. And then we had Nikki DeLoach, Andrew Walker, Paul Campbell, Tyler Hynes, a fan favorite, Kimberly Sested, Benjamin Ayers, Wes Brown, Taylor Cole, Sarah Drew, and Aaron Cahill. And I thought we'd just go through and kind of talk about who the super fans were and what their backstory is, and kind of probably why they got chosen. They all have a unique story. So first we have Rob and Donna, and they met at the gym 9 years ago. They're both super fit. I don't know how old they are. I want to say, I don't want to guess because I could be terribly wrong.
Somewhere in their 50s-ish.
I would say
maybe a little bit older. I don't.
Late 50s-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they met at the gym and they hit it off. They had both been married, from what I gathered before, and they have children, not together, obviously. But he broke 2 of her ribs adjusting her pack, which I thought.
But you know what? Our cheer coach used to crack our back like that at cheer practice, and she shouldn't have been doing that, but she did. And I can see how if you are a stronger person and you're doing it on a bench, you could totally break somebody's ribs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, would that be a deal breaker for you? If a guy broke your ribs, would you go out with him?
I guess it depends on how much I liked him. I don't know. I'm like, I'll see you in 6 to 8 weeks while I recover.
Yeah.
The fact that they came back from that says a lot about their relationship, I think.
Yeah. And they continued to date for, I think it said 9 years. Mm-hmm. And so on this cruise, he's got this great idea that he's going to propose to her. Not only that, he has packed a wedding dress. So obviously she had one picked out already. They had probably discussed marriage.
Yeah, because they were going to get married and then she had to have brain surgery. So they put it off.
That's right. That's right. She had brain surgery. And so she's had her dress, she's had her veil and all the things. So he packed it discreetly and he's planning on proposing to her at some point on the cruise. Not only is he planning on proposing to her, but he wants to actually get married on the cruise, which is a lot for someone to take in, but we'll let you know how that goes. Then there's 16-year-old Nate Maylock and his 2 grandmas, Kathy and Carol, who just happen to be best friends. Nate had a big social media presence on the cruise Facebook page, and so a lot of the cruisers already knew who he was. I thought that was really cute. Mm-hmm. He arrived on the ship, and everybody's like, "Hey, Nate!" But they really didn't follow him much more than that. They introduced him and his grandmas, and they ran into Aaron Cahill in the gift shop later on, had a little conversation with her, and she bought everything that they wanted to purchase as a gift to them. And that's really all we saw of them. We saw little glimpses, but that's all the interaction we had with them.
Yeah. So I just wonder, maybe because his grandmas were older, so maybe they weren't out and about as much. And so maybe they just didn't have as much content. But their story was very short. And I expected it to be more just based on the Facebook page interaction and everybody being so excited about his story coming on the cruise for his 16th birthday with his grandmas. Like, not a lot of kids want to do that. So, and that his 2 grandmas are best friends, which is also really cute.
But then we have Gail and Alicia. They're best friends for 46 years, and they're celebrating their 60th birthdays together on the cruise. And Alicia loves Tyler Hynes, just loves him. I thought they were adorable. They were so engaging, so funny, really a true testament to an enduring friendship. It kind of reminded me of my friend Tina and myself, who we've known each other since we were 13 years old. We met in the 7th grade, so we've been friends for a very long time. And one's kind of like Tina and I. One's kind of the more outgoing one. Tina will dance in any Starbucks if there's good music playing, and I'm more the introverted one. So it's a good balance. And Alicia and Gail try to balance each other out, and Alicia tries to get Gail out of her comfort zone.
Yes.
Laura and Victoria, they're sisters and best friends. Laura has written a screenplay, a Hallmark screenplay that she's hoping to present to some of the Hallmark talent. Which I'm thinking, gosh dang it, why the heck didn't we do that?
Why don't you do that? I'm not going to be writing a screenplay anytime soon.
No, but we should have at least had cards with our, our little love on the pod photo, and here we are, and come talk to us, or, meet us in the
I just think I didn't get drunk enough. Okay.
And I was on crutches. So yeah.
I just couldn't. I could not bring myself to just go up to somebody and like fall all over them. And no shade to anybody who does do that, because good for you. But I just I could not bring myself to do it.
Well, we saw most of them in the elevator lobby. Mm-hmm. They just got off the elevator and they're standing right with us. And I didn't want to go over and say, hey.
Yeah, we're looking at each other. We're like, should we do something? Should we say something? No. Okay. I'll just stand here.
We just waved and we got a little wave back, and that was that. I mean, if they would have said, come on over, do you want a picture? I would have been, heck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm not that bold, especially because I know that 3,500 other people are also wanting that little moment, that little meet cute. And
yes,
it's got to be exhausting for the artists.
But I also have to, or should have, reminded myself that that's literally what they're there for. It's not like you're stopping them at the grocery store with their kids. They're literally there to do that. And if they're out and about, it's because they're open to it. Because they were in the Haven Suites, which is like, they have their own pool, their own private restaurant. They never had to leave that area if they didn't want to, except for their events. But a lot of people did. So
they have the ability to go and have some quiet time if they want to. So if we were to do it again, I think absolutely I would just have to step out of my comfort zone and say, hey, there's, whoever, Erin Cahill, I want to say hello to her and tell her that I love this movie and I think she's great.
Yep.
So, and then finally, and Victoria is a local theater director. So together they kind of, they work in the theater, and Laura's the writer. Then finally we have Carrie, Paige, and Alexandra. Carrie is the mother of Paige. Alexandra is her daughter-in-law. And Carrie claims that Wes Brown is not her hall pass. He's her Hallmark pass. So if the situation should present itself, it's all good because he's her Hallmark pass. And I cannot imagine saying that to somebody.
That part gave me the ick. And they seem like such nice people. Oh, they were just very excited. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I would be mortified. First of all, if you said that to someone in front of me,
you'd be like, oh my God, Mom.
Then if I said it myself, I would also be mortified. Stop, I don't know her. Take off your matching t-shirts.
And afterwards, I'd be like, did I really just say that? First off, I'm married. I
think he is too, right? Is he married?
Well, and I think so. And he kind of looked like, okay.
What? That is, I mean, I'm sure yes, he's married.
Yeah.
He's been married since 2008 to a woman named Amanda.
Okay. All right. So hopefully he's not looking for a Hallmark pass.
Oh, he's from Fort Worth. Interesting. I did not know that.
So, so that takes us to the pre-cruise interviews. They show up at the superfans' homes and kind of get to know them. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I wanted to know your initial thoughts. Is it, up to this point, is it what you thought it was going to be? Is it different?
So I will say that watching the very front intro where they were like panning over the cruise ship, that part got me a little bit emotional because it we enjoyed the cruise while we were there, but in hindsight, it just, because it's been almost a year now, which is crazy. But it just reminds you like, oh, that was so fun. Like, it was just so fun. And it also made me think about, like, I really feel bad for the people who didn't let it be fun for themselves, who were busy complaining the entire time. And so we had a great time. We were, and even with an injury where you could have easily just been whining the entire time and it have been justified. It was just a really sweet, fun, wonderful time. So I did not expect to get any kind of emotional watching this, but I did.
But you see the decor and they're panning around the ship and you're like, oh, I remember that magical feeling when I first walked into the lobby and it's Christmas not just Christmas, but Hallmark Christmas everywhere. And everyone has a smile on their face. And everybody's getting almost teary-eyed because they're so giddy with excitement. It just, and, and to your point, I think it's what you make of it, because there's going to be a lot of people there. They're going to all want to get up close and personal with the Hallmark talent. They're going to all want to go to certain events, and there's going to be long lines, and you just have to go with it. Either you can be a Scrooge about it, or you can say, you know what? I am here, and there are literally 40,000 people who were on the wait list that never got on the ship, and we are some of the lucky ones. So really celebrate that.
In fact, on one of the promos on Hallmark's Instagram, I saw somebody comment after she watched the Christmas at Sea, "This is not reality. You owe everybody on the first cruise a refund." And I'm like, yeah, it's not reality. This was not our experience. We did not get to play basketball with Tyler Hynes, okay?
No.
With
I didn't even know there was
around.
A basketball court.
We did not do that. Like, that's not real life. This was staged. It's not real.
And I'm here to tell you, folks, no reality show is real.
No.
It's all scripted and edited in such a way that, why? Because they want people to watch it, and they want to create excitement, or in some scenes or some scenarios in some shows, they want to create drama because people will watch that. I think, obviously there were scenes where it was like, okay, obviously they set that up. Taylor Cole's not just sitting there reading a book by herself on the pool deck and nobody's bothering her. That's just not what's going to happen. There's always going to be people around. But I think for what it is, I think they gave the super fans a really great experience. And it didn't, from what I could tell, I don't think it took away from anybody else's experience either. So.
No. And reality TV is that balance of real life and production, right? And so that's why you'll see, like, on Real Housewives, they fired this person because she doesn't have an interesting enough life. Okay, so sorry, because they can't fully manufacture storylines. Like, the storylines for these people that they featured were compelling enough to create content around it. But yeah, on a cruise like this, in order to get close to any of the stars, they had to set things up. Did it feel a little overly set up on some of the things? Yeah. For sure. 1,000%. But you know what? This is their first go at it. So I'm going to give them some grace there.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to reiterate the, besides the initial feeling when you first walk on the ship, the first night's tree lighting, just so enchanting. And again, when we were there, I got teary-eyed. When I was watching it through this new lens on the reality show, I got teary-eyed because, one, it's like, I want to be there again. But two, it's just, for you and me, it was a special mother-daughter thing because we went together. But it was just, we love Christmas so much. We love Hallmark so much that it was just, I feel like it was everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah, it like makes me teary right now thinking about it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's, going to like your town tree lighting is fun for sure. But there's something different about being in an environment where everybody is there for like a singular reason. And that nobody thinks that what you like is stupid. Because be for real, there's lots of people who think Hallmark is dumb, and lots of people have a problem with it. And that's fine for them. We're not two of them. So, seeing their experience, even though the tree lighting, it was windy as all get out.
It was so windy. I thought we were going to get blown right off the ship.
It looked like the tree was going to collapse on itself.
Yeah. We tried to take a selfie and our hair is straight up in the air.
I'm like wrapping my hair in my shirt. Like, oh man. But they look like they had a less windy situation going on, which is good.
For sure.
One thing that we did not do, because I don't know why I didn't do this, but we didn't decorate our door. And I wish that we would have. So
Me too.
I was wondering, what would you have done on your door, on our door?
Ooh. Well, having seen some of the ones, they're so creative. I mean, there's some that get pictures of all the Hallmark stars and have them put on a magnet and have them all over, hoping that they'll notice. But what I really loved was the more traditional, like the stockings with your names on it. I might even go as far as to make like a paper fireplace and then put the stockings on the fireplace. I think that would be really cute with a wreath above it or something. Something like that, something traditional. What about you?
Yep. I like that idea. It reminded me when I was there, it reminded me of cheer camp because we would decorate our doors at cheer camp. And so it gave me that like little bit of nostalgia walking down the hallway. But yeah, I love the stockings. I love, because, everybody's putting little trinkets, doodads, random things in the stocking. So I love that. But I also would love to come up with something really clever because there were a few people who had something really clever with their last name or something with Hallmark that was really funny. There was one person that put like a whole passage from a script on their door. It was like from their favorite movie, which was really cute. It looked like they had maybe like hand lettered it onto paper and then rolled it up in their bag and put it on there. So that was cool. And I like the gals who had trivia that changed every day. I thought that was really fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Something eye-catching, because the Hallmark talent, it looks like they wander through the halls late at night and they'll put little trinkets in certain doors, and you want something that's going to catch their attention.
Yeah.
And not just a whole door with Tyler Hynes' face or anything like that.
Yeah. Not, I love you, Tyler. Marry me. You know how many times he hears that at an event?
Oh, for sure. And how many times does he get a phone number bracelet?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the Hallmark rock star. So,
Yes.
But very nice. Seems very, very nice, genuine, so willing to accommodate everybody, stop for every photo and really, really be present when he's there. It's not like, and all of them really, it didn't seem like this was a big, oh, I'm just here for the money kind of thing. It was just like they really appreciate their fans.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So
I agree.
So then we have the sail off party, which again, I got really emotional because that says the ship is sailing away and all the stars are on the stage and the pool deck is packed and everybody is excited and happy and it's a big party. And Tyler came out in a robe and slippers with a toothpick in his mouth. And I think he did that at ours as well.
Yeah, for us, I think he had a cup of tea with him.
Yes, he did. Yeah, like in an actual teacup, not like a disposable. So here's a question. Yeah. Would you want a camera crew following you around for the entire cruise?
It felt like they weren't getting followed around a lot. So I don't think I would have minded it. If it was like a real reality show where they were following you all day long, I would be annoyed by that. But for this, it didn't feel like they really got that much footage of each person. It was like a very specific point in time that they took footage and that was kind of it.
Yeah, like they had idea of what we want to showcase, and so we're going to film this now and then. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got too. They were able to go off and really enjoy the cruise because you pay a lot of money to go on a cruise. You want to be able to enjoy it and do the things that you want to do too.
Yeah, because these people did not get on this cruise for free. They were already booked on the cruise. Maybe they paid them or gave them some kind of incentive to be on the show. I don't know. But I mean,
I tried to find that. I couldn't find any information on that.
We would have done it for free. So it's very possible 100%. They did it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell by their rooms they got no special treatment.
Oh yeah, the one with with the three gals. Oh man, that's a packed room. If you have three people in one room, and it was not a balcony room, I don't think
it had no window. It was an interior room.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. It's like sharing a walk-in closet with two of your best friends.
Yeah, and it made me think, oh, I'm glad Danny. I'm not that I'm glad Danny didn't come, but I'm glad she didn't come because of that. Because we tried to talk her into coming and it just didn't work schedule wise. But it would have, ours was a lot better actually because I had a balcony, but still bed wise, it would have been very cramped.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the Merry Exchange, that's, it's hard to tell from TV, but it looked like it was slightly more organized. Maybe they just opened it up to, if you want to exchange, go out there and exchange with people. For us, they tried to lay everything out on tables, and that was not working because everybody descended upon these tables. You couldn't get near anything, and people were just grabbing things, and as people do. So I think it's more meaningful if you can have that little, eye contact. Here, I made a bracelet. Would you like one? Oh, sure. I I brought ornaments. Would you like one? And then you kind of get to know your fellow cruisers instead of just grabbing stuff that, you may or may not want.
Yeah. If you want to hear more about our Merry Exchange, go and listen to our cruise episode.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that. We talked about that in detail. That was probably the worst part of the cruise was that.
It was. And I just sat, because I was on crutches, I just sat in a chair and let you handle it. And you're like, you are not going in there.
No, you'll never come out.
I got you some stuff. I don't know if you want it. But
I kept a lot of it.
I did too.
The bracelets I gave to my daughter, the ornaments I kept, the little trading cards that are like Pokemon cards with the actors on them. I totally kept those. I want to make a garland out of those.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I got a little Nutcracker pen. I have that in my purse.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did get that.
So, cute. So Carrie and the girls run into Wes, and Paige calls Wes her stepdad, which again, very cringy moment. Awkward. He seems uncomfortable. Then we have a gym meetup. Andrew and Paula are working out in the gym, and they just happen to run into Rob. And he tells them about his plan to not only propose to Donna, but also get married on the ship. And so now all the Hallmark stars want to be involved. And do we think they really had no prior knowledge of this? Or was this something that maybe Rob talked to production about while trying to keep it from Donna?
I think he must have, when he applied to be on the show, he must have said, like, this is what I want to do. And I noticed during the actual ceremony, Paul said, welcome to their commitment ceremony. So I don't think it was actually a real wedding.
Oh, okay.
Because I was wondering, like, how are they going to get a marriage license? Is it different on the sea? Can you get a marriage license from the captain when you're on a cruise ship? You might be able to.
I don't know. Maybe.
I know it's kind of like you're on your own in your own country when you're out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
So, but unless Paul is licensed, he couldn't marry them anyways. So, yeah, when I heard him say that, I was like, okay, maybe they're just going to go home and actually get married, but this is like their ceremony type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed that part. So, but that would make sense because they seem like they are really family oriented. So they would want to be surrounded by family for an actual wedding ceremony. So, episode 2, they talk about the photo ops, which we know move very, very quickly. You're in, you're out. Although watching, I would do it a little bit different after seeing what some of these people did. It's like you can get a little bit up close and personal if you want a little, like one gal wanted to stand right next to Tyler and he had his arm around her, and somebody else wanted people to come down on their level because the stars are all behind you and you stand in front of them kind of awkwardly. And so even though it moves quickly, I could have totally played the I'm on crutches, can
carry me,
whoever. Can I have all the men come down here? Exactly.
Yeah, some people were really bold for sure. And I would not have wanted the job of moving people along.
No.
You're like a dream killer.
You've got thousands of people waiting. And again, it moved quickly. We knew it was going to move quickly, so we didn't complain about it. There were some negative Nellies who complained, it went way too fast. But I think they were very well organized in that, getting people in and getting people through the lines.
Yeah. So Victoria and Laura, I think it was one of them. I forget which one. I think it was Laura, who was like, that was the craziest 8 seconds of my life, which is true. That's exactly how it was.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It goes so quickly, but it's so gracious of them to stand around for hours to make sure that every single thousands of people get their photo op with the stars. So,
one more thing I wanted to call out from the first episode, I forgot about. When Victoria and Laura were getting interviewed, I think it was their first talking head. And one of them, I don't remember which one, said, I just want to stay in our room and hug for 6 to 10 hours because they don't live in the same state.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought that was so cute. I'm like, I understand that fully. That's how I feel when I see my sisters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, we're on episode 2 now. And that's another thing I noted, that Laura and Victoria are so supportive of one another. And Victoria really wants to see Laura make something out of her writing career. And And Victoria shares that she is pregnant with her second child. And I don't know. I mean, it seems like it was a surprise to Laura.
I think so, but like you could tell she was pregnant. So
you could tell she was pregnant.
Maybe she was just wearing baggy clothes the day that they flew in, and just because if they live in different states, you're just seeing each other probably on Zoom.
But in the end, we learned that Laura makes their gowns for the last night's ball.
That's true.
So it's like, okay, did Victoria send over her measurements? And Laura was like,
that's weird. It's different. Yeah, you didn't get to see the dresses really fully. So I wonder if it was like an empire waist or something.
It looked like it, from what I could tell, it looked like it might have been. So something that could give you some room. Yeah. So, and then we see Donna chatting it up with Nikki DeLoach in the workout room. And Donna shares that she's had brain surgery. And I didn't realize this about Nikki DeLoach. She shares that her son has had heart surgeries.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either. So I looked that up. At just 5 days old, her son Bennett was born with a congenital heart defect. So he had life-saving surgery at 5 days old, and then followed by 2 additional procedures at 12 and 18 months. And now he's healthy, I think 7-year-old.
Wow.
But holy moly, can you imagine sending a 5-day-old infant into surgery? No. I got teary-eyed when she was talking about that too. It's just, as a mom,
that's so scary.
Hard to imagine. Yeah. So then Carrie, Paige, and Alexandra, they get off the ship and they go and they swim with pigs. Is that something that you would do? No. Hard pass.
That did not look fun. I do not want to be picking up dirty pigs that live on the beach.
No.
And I've heard people are like, yeah, they'll bite you. They will full on bite you.
They will bite you.
Yeah.
Well, I did a little research. It's $160 to $210 per person to swim with the pigs. And they descend upon you or any boat because they're looking for food. And that's why they end up biting. And it said that they swim towards tourists in boats and they love to be fed fruits and vegetables. But they should not have donuts, beer, and chicken bones, which for them to say that means that people have done that. And it's like,
do not give the pigs beer. Oh my gosh. We don't need any drunken pigs on this beach.
Yeah, instead it can be very crowded and they can become aggressive and bite. No, thank you. You take your pigs.
Yeah, see, I would be more like a food tour person. I would do that. Or honestly, just like walk around and
shop.
To do. Yeah.
Sit on the beach.
I don't want to go super far into the area because I don't know the area well. I don't. So for me, that wouldn't feel safe. But going with like a cruise approved tour boat or tour bus or whatever van, or just like staying in the like direct touristy area.
Sure.
But I also, honestly, I loved just staying boat. There was like nobody there.
Too. I know. And it looked like Laura and Victoria stayed on the boat, or did they?
Yeah. I didn't see them get off.
Yeah. And
we saw Alicia and Gail get off. And then Rob and Donna got off. And we didn't see anything about Nate and his grandmas for that time period, I don't think. So, yeah.
So then we're moving on to episode 3. And they're still in Nassau. And Rob decides this is the time he's going to propose to Donna on the beach. He's super nervous. He's got the ring in his hand. He's all jittery. And this is his proposal. I want to get married and I want to do it tomorrow. Did he actually ask her to marry him? Like to
She's
me?
Like, okay.
I don't know. That whole scene felt totally scripted to me. Maybe she didn't know it was coming, or maybe she had an idea that this was coming. But
I think maybe the nerves and the fact that there was a camera in his face got the best of him. Because he did seem like he was very nervous. It was sweet, but it wasn't like the romantic proposal. The environment was romantic, but actually the words were not.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe that's just kind of who they are, salt of the earth kind of people, and maybe not super formal. And she responded well, and she said yes. So it was super cute. And yeah, she probably thought something was up with the cameras there because they hadn't really highlighted any certain story like everybody else had thus far. And so she's got to be thinking, okay, what is our story? Something must be up.
Right, for sure.
So then we have Gail and Alicia. And Alicia, as I mentioned, Gail is the introvert. Alicia's way more outgoing. And she wants to get Gail over her fear of riding an ATV. So Tyler Hynes just happens to show up and take her for a ride. And I'm like, heck, lucky girl. I'd be down for that.
I loved that. I thought that was great because you could tell she was terrified.
She was. That was
She did not want to do it. And as soon as he came, she's like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to wrap my arms around Tyler Hynes, sure, I'll go for a ride. But I thought that whole scene was very sweet because, again, as I mentioned before, he seemed very present with both of them. He looked right at them as he's talking to them. He's talking about getting out of your comfort zone and just seemed like a really genuinely nice guy. And
he talked about he talked about his mom because his mom was on the cruise and how she's afraid of flying, and he got her on a plane to get her there, and he was really happy about that because he's hoping that will open up more opportunities for her to travel.
Yeah.
And we saw just like a very short scene with his mom, who seems very introverted, but very sweet and
very proud of her son.
Yes. And very happy that he landed at Hallmark because it sounded like she was kind of going in the direction of like, this could have been very different. This could have not gone well.
Yeah.
But he landed at Hallmark and he's surrounded by good people and he's a good person. So, I thought that whole thing was sweet. I loved it.
Yeah. It's hard to tell how long they were actually together, but it seemed like quite a while. I mean, they had to ride somewhere and get off the ATVs.
Yeah, because I assume they had to pay for this ATV excursion.
Yeah.
Which that also was not cheap. So if you were going to get off the boat and go on an excursion, is there something that you would want to do? And which Hallmark star would you want to do it with?
Oh, gosh.
Not do it. Do the excursion.
Oh, that changes things. Wow. Well, I have a segment towards the end where we talk a little bit about different activities we do with. This is going way off the rails. Nothing seedy that we do with different Hallmark stars. I don't know. I think maybe I've always wanted to swim with the dolphins, but I've heard that that's not a good thing to do because, well, for one thing, they're in captivity. So maybe just I don't know. Go to that would be Hawaii. I was going to say go to a luau, but go to some sort of a tropical party with all of them. I think it would be super fun. Jonathan Bennett. Melissa Peterman wasn't on this cruise, but I think she'd be a hoot to hang out with.
Oh my gosh, I wish they could get on a cruise, but she's on a sitcom, so I think that's probably hard.
Yeah. Go shopping with Nikki DeLoach because she has such amazing style.
Yes, for sure.
That would be great.
Sure.
What about you?
I love like local food, so I'd love to do a food tour. And I don't know if she's a foodie, but I really would love to spend some time with Sarah Drew. I was a big fan of her on Grey's Anatomy. I love everything that she does on Hallmark. And so I think she just seems like a really sweet person. And she writes too. She's written several movies for her lifetime. So she kind of does a little bit of everything. And I think it'd be fun to chat with her.
Yeah, she seems genuinely sweet too, which we'll talk about later. So then we move on to the Holly Jolly Pajama Party, which looked like fun. And now I wish we would have stayed longer for that. I think we got on our pajamas and it got very crowded and we went back to our room and got
we went down. We saved seats down there like early so that you could have somewhere to sit. And then we stayed for a good portion of it, I think. And then
that's right. We did because
it was the ball that we did not stay long for. The ball was like
because it was packed.
10 minutes and we were out. That was no ball Hallmark. I don't know what you're talking about. That was not a ball.
No one was dancing. We were shoulder to shoulder, wedged
that
in.
was sardines in a can watching Jonathan on the stage.
But we did happen to land in the perfect spot to see all the stairs, the stars coming down the stairs, which was really cool.
Yes,
and you got a great video of
cool.
that. Yeah, it was like watching them arrive at prom or something. It was very cool.
For sure.
So, but we didn't get to see this, but there was a performance by the three wise men at the pajama party in their elf costumes, which was awesome. That was funny. And then Gail and Alicia meet up with Sarah Drew and Aaron Cahill and talk about their friendship and what it's endured in over their 40 years of friendship. And Aaron and Sarah both tear up, which I thought was very sweet. So yeah, I didn't realize that Aaron Cahill and Sarah Drew were such good friends, but it's neat to see the different Hallmark stars and who they have connected with over the years and how it is such a family.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And for me, I think Gail and Alicia were a high point for me for the series. I thought they were great. They were very entertaining, good TV. Carrie, as I mentioned, finds Taylor Cole sitting alone reading, and that was, again, that wouldn't have really happened. She wouldn't be sitting there by herself without being surrounded by people. No star had a quiet moment reading a book.
Yeah, and this is something that we should call out for people who are going to go on the cruise. Do not allow this to set your expectations for your experience because you will be disappointed.
True. Yeah.
These were fabricated experiences created by Hallmark and their production team. They were so fun to watch, but I would hate for somebody to be disappointed by their experience because it didn't mirror what happened on TV.
Yeah.
And this is just not what happened for 99% of the people on the cruise. Some people who made it their mission to go and find everybody, and that was all they cared about. They got all their selfies, they got their moments, whatever. But most people, that just wasn't their main priority. And so, yeah, just be mindful as you watch this that this is not going to be your experience likely.
Exactly. Yeah, good point. Yeah, there are a lot of events and activities where the Hallmark talent is hosting or taking part in, where you can get up close and personal and get those photo ops, and oftentimes they'll stay after and take some selfies. They're not going to be able to take them with every single person there because there's just simply not enough time. But you will get a good dose of interacting with the stars, or at least sitting and watching them on a stage, or watching them at a panel or something. But yeah, to your point, if you're thinking you're going to find Jonathan Bennett just lounging in a sun chair and you get to sit next to him and sip cocktails, that's not going to happen. It's just not.
One thing I want to mention, because hopefully people who are going on the cruise are going to be listening to this, bring a portable ring light that clips onto your phone. Because a lot of the opportunities for photos are going to be at nighttime after an event, like out on the pool deck. A lot of the stars will stay after. And if it's dark, you're going to be at the mercy of your flash. And that's not always great. So even if you can bring like a larger ring light, as long as it's battery powered or can be charged, do that because that'll help you tremendously.
Or even within the interior of the ship, it can be very dark in a lot of the corridors or in the theater or where some of the events are. So there's not going to be a lot of great light. So if you're looking for that really great photo and you don't have post-production photo experience, a ring light is a great idea.
Bring an extendable selfie stick and a ring light, and then just have a bag that's big enough to fit those.
And this is a place that they will allow you to do that. Now, Disneyland, totally different experience. You can't bring your selfie stick. No. This is what it's all about. You're there to meet and greet and have fun and interact. And that's why the Hallmark talent is there as well. So, and they're all more than willing to take part in that. So then we get to our final day at sea. And Kimberly Sustad and Paul Campbell. I forgot to mention that Laura has given her screenplay to Sarah Drew and who was it?
Benjamin Ayers.
Benjamin Ayers.
Yes.
So they Or was it? Yeah. Yeah. They say they're going to look at it. One thing I forgot to mention, we had talked about how Taylor Cole was sitting reading a book and Carrie came up and chatted with her, and Carrie shared with her experience with a recent experience of breast cancer and how she'd had to have a double mastectomy. And Taylor opened up to her and let her know that her best friend, Nicole, had died from breast cancer while she was filming A Reason for the Season. And I love the way that she opened up and just had kind of this really meaningful moment with Carrie, because I think we tend to put celebrities up on a pedestal, and they really are, they have the same struggles and the same ups and downs as we all do. So, scripted or not, I love that she opened up and was willing to share her heart with the viewers on that. I just thought it made for a really real moment.
Yep, I agree. For sure.
Yeah.
I keep saying for sure. We're going to notice that a lot.
For sure. Totally.
For sure. Totally.
But then, yeah, so Laura has given out her screenplay. She doesn't know what's going to happen, if anybody's even going to read it. But Paul Campbell and Kimberly Sustad come to give Laura some input on her screenplay. And then later, Jonathan Benefit? Jonathan Benefit. She benefits from a text from Jonathan Bennett to meet him for a surprise. And if Jonathan Bennett texts me and says, "Come meet me for a surprise," I'm there.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. So Laura and Victoria arrive, and Andrew Walker and Taylor Cole are acting out a scene from Laura's screenplay, and she is just giddy with excitement, which, as I would be as well.
Yes.
So sweet. And who knows? I would love to see her make it. I would love to see her screenplay come to fruition and be a future Hallmark movie. We'll see. We don't really know what it's about. Well, I imagine it's a romance. It's they meet, they fall in love, they get married the next week.
Yes.
But yeah, I have high hopes that this actually becomes a movie.
Yes.
And then we move on.
Go ahead. I really thought this was cute. Obviously, this was fully set up. This is not just you're gonna run into people running lines in the corner. But I thought it was super cute, and definitely just from that little piece of dialogue, there was things that needed to be tweaked for sure. But it sounded like it was a good start. So.
Yeah. And I like the way that they were willing to work with her and say, this is what we think. And then she could see it through their eyes and say, you know what, you're right. I'm going to go home and make some rewrites because this doesn't work, or, this something else needs to be added. And how they can act like that, just like that. Here's a script, now act it out and make it seem real. And it did.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew Walker is looking at her and I'm just like, they're falling in love right before my eyes.
And then when Jonathan's like, oh, wait, let's do that again. And I want you to cross. And I'm like, Jonathan, look at you directing this scene.
I know. Yeah. It's so great.
Yeah.
But then we have the wedding, and everybody on the ship has gathered to watch Rob and Donna get married. And, but before that, they're hanging out at the pool. And I noticed she just happens to have a swimsuit that says bride.
Yes.
And I'm like, did she pack that? Did they have that on the ship that you can buy? She was wearing a little veil around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
Did Rob pack all that stuff, or was this another one of those she knew? But it's okay. She looks beautiful.
Yes. My husband would not know what to buy if he went in the swimsuit section. He would feel like, what?
Or what size?
No, he would have no idea.
Here's a nice little string bikini or something with a big skirt on it.
Yeah.
But so for the wedding, Nikki DeLoach is going to serve as Donna's maid of honor, and she comes down the stairs in this gorgeous satin suit. And I looked it up. It is from Zara.
Okay.
It's white satin with red flowers on it, like watercolor flowers, 2-piece blazer and pants. It's fitted immaculately. It's on Zara. I can't find it anywhere except for Poshmark and Mercari, so it must have come out a while ago. But she looked absolutely stunning. And then Tyler walks Donna down the aisle. Paul officiates. Rob and Donna's family watch via FaceTime. And Rob does his vows, and it was very sweet. And as soon as he's done, Donna leans in for a kiss, and then they're like, "Nope, not yet."
Wait.
So you can see that that's their relationship. Something is touching to them. They're going to lean in for a kiss. It's just going to be spontaneous, and I thought that was super sweet.
Yeah.
And I thought her dress was really pretty. It was fitting for a ship wedding. So then we're wrapping it up. Gail wants to surprise Alicia because Alicia's been such a good friend, and she's really been trying to encourage Gail to step out of her comfort zone. So Gail's going to write a song that expresses how she feels about their friendship. And she is going to get help from Wes Brown, who has a Christmas album. Did we know this?
I did not know this, and I
had
want to
no
look it
idea.
up. Yeah.
I did look it up. It's not bad. He actually has a lot of music out, and his Christmas album is called My Kind of Christmas. Mm-hmm. He has several other songs out, including a piano and accompaniment to the song Zombie by the Cranberries. So I don't know if he plays the piano, but it's piano music, and then he comes in and starts singing a really scaled down version of Zombie. It's kind of cool. So it took me down a rabbit hole of different Hallmark stars who sing. Wes Brown also did a duet with Jessica Lowndes, who has tons of music on Spotify.
I did just see her promoting a new single.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that she was a singer. They did a song called Paradise. It was for one of the Hallmark movies. Bethany Joy Lenz sang for One Tree Hill. She's got a couple songs on the soundtrack of One Tree Hill. Alicia Witt, I did know. Jesse Schramm, Carlos Penavega, we know he was from Big Time
Rush. Yeah.
And then Niall Matter also sings and has some. He I don't know if he has other music out, but he has sung on soundtracks for Hallmark movies. So
okay, cool,
interesting. Yeah. So yeah, Gail and Wes come up with this song. He just happens to have a guitar. And
I did not like this scene. I did not care for this. This is probably my least favorite part. He seemed very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When she's like, I want to make up a song about friendship to the tune of Jingle Bells. And he's like, what? And then his advice to her is write what you know. Like, oh my God. And then, I could tell her that.
I love Alicia and Gail, but that song was terrible. It was just awful.
But you could tell that Gail actually could be a good singer. It was Gail who was singing, right? Or was it Alicia? Yeah. She could. Yeah. She seems like maybe she sings in church or something. Because she seemed like she was a good singer. But yeah, the song was very bad.
Jingle Bells is supposed to rhyme and nothing rhymed. And it was, I can't remember the words, but it didn't rhyme at all. It just didn't flow well. So that was a miss for me. And yeah, Wes seemed very uncomfortable, about as uncomfortable as he seemed when, Paige was calling him her stepdad.
Yeah. Is he back on the cruise this year, or did he take a pass? He's
I'm doing that again with my wife.
Yeah. It just kind of felt shoehorned in. And I felt like it would have been more authentic if they just had her go and do it and say, I wrote this song. I don't think they needed a Hallmark star to pretend to write it with her, because that if he did help her, that wasn't showing off his talent very well.
No, for sure. So. And they already had kind of their interaction with Tyler Hynes anyway, so it's not like they didn't get that opportunity to interact personally with a Hallmark star. Yeah. Speaking of acting or interacting personally, Paige, Carrie, and Alexander decided to go shoot some hoops, and I didn't even know there was a basketball court on the ship, but there is.
Yes.
And it must be on the top because they had this big net all the way around it.
Yeah, and there's pickleball up there too, I think.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I heard people talking about pickleball, so that makes sense. But they're going to just shoot some hoops and blow off some steam. And who should show up but Tyler Hynes and Benjamin Ayers?
Wow, amazing. Serendipitous.
I know. And Tyler just happens to be wearing a matching velour sweatsuit to Paige. And they take her on in a basketball game, which she wins. And, she shoots her shot by giving him the bracelet with her phone number on it, which, good for you. Way to try.
Yeah, good for you. You're not the first one. There were multiple on our cruise who did it.
Oh, yeah.
There was one I remember hearing about who just stuck it in his pocket, which please don't do that.
Yeah, let's not be so personal.
That's don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. No.
But you know what? If anybody can tell us about a phone number on a bracelet, it's Travis Kelce, and it seemed to work out pretty well for him. So
that's true. Yeah.
Go for it.
Yep.
As long as you're not making anybody uncomfortable or holding them against their will, go for it.
Yeah. And if you get photo ops, be respectful.
Don't try to kiss them.
Don't grab them around the waist. Don't, just be respectful. We're wrapping it up. It's the Christmas ball. Everyone is dressed to the nines. It's the final night celebration. And as we mentioned, Laura made gowns for herself and for Victoria, and they have on the crowns and the gloves, and they look like royalty. It's so cute. Yeah. And what was fun for me on that night was to see how big everybody did it or how understated. It was anything goes on the night of the ball. And you and I both had like T-length dresses, slightly longer than T-length dresses. And it was just fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I think that for this next cruise, the boat is a little bit bigger. So maybe that pool deck area will be bigger because some boats have like a ballroom on them. This boat did not. It was too small for that. So there just wasn't room. I hope they call it something else because there's not room for dancing, and don't wear heels. I would highly recommend that you don't wear heels because the pool deck was slick. It was
super
slick. You slipped several times because that night the pool was rocking and it was sloshing all over the deck.
The water was going all over my crutches. I had strange men grabbing me by the arms, helping me.
Yes.
I'm like, thank you.
Thank you, strange men. We appreciate you.
Yeah. But the stars all looked amazing. Nikki DeLoach, once again, impeccably dressed in this black velvet dress it had like rhinestone encrusted bows down the front of it. And I looked up that one too. It's a T-length gown with rhinestone encrusted silver bows down the front, long sleeves. It is from Saloni and it is $390. So
okay.
If you want to wear Nikki DeLoach's dress, there you go.
It was so pretty. I loved it. I don't know where I'd wear it, but
yeah. But yeah, they have the Christmas ball, which, like we mentioned, is not really dancing. It's just a celebration of everything that happened throughout the cruise. The guests depart the next morning, and that is it.
Yeah. That is the end. And I don't know about you, but I feel like the last episode was it was kind of boring.
It was. I know. I thought so.
I just felt like, where's the climax? There's no I wanted to see people packing up, getting off the boat. Like I wanted to see stars saying goodbye to people. Like I wanted more of that. And we got basically none of that. And I have written down like what I would have done differently if I had, if I were to produce the show in the future. And there's a few things I would tweak.
Well, I did find an interview with Andrew Walker, and he says the one thing is that the cameras didn't capture the Hallmark stars' special private moments with their families and each other, and he wished they would have done that. And I think as fans watching it, especially if you have not been on the cruise, that's what you're looking for. So I think they missed an opportunity to have a little bit of a balance there. Because I agree, I thought the last episode was a little boring. I was thinking, do I even need to finish watching this? But I was hoping for more with the stars, and maybe going forward they'll do that. And maybe some are like, you know what, when I'm on, and when family time is family time, and I don't want that. But it sounds like some of them would be more than willing. So you can see when they left and went to Nassau, what did the stars do? Because we saw all the guys who went body surfing or jet skiing, or I would have loved to see more of that as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's the thing, like. Yes, people like to see real people, but there's a couple of Hallmark Facebook communities I'm in, and a lot of people were posting, so this is just about regular people.
I read that exact one. Yeah.
And I'm like yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's just about regular people. So, I'm sure some of the stars brought their family, some didn't. Actually, I think on our cruise, only one person brought her child. I think everybody else left their kids at home. But Andrew Walker, as an example, is very public with his family on the internet. So he probably would be happy to participate in this.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here with a couple of questions.
Okay.
If you were cast as a Hallmark superfan, what would be your backstory? What would they focus on?
Because we have a small podcast, I think that would be my backstory, that like we're trying to record episodes on the boat. We're trying to talk to other people who are just attendees. And then we're trying to also rope in some of the actors, even if they can't do, interviews there for the future or whatever. So I think that would probably be my backstory. What about you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I put down too.
Yeah.
Because, I don't have obviously we've all had tragedies happen in our life, but I don't have something that I would want to put out there and say, I'm here because I overcame this or whatever. Okay, so here's a fun one. Which Hallmark star or stars would you want to accompany you on the following cruise type activities?
Okay.
So the first one is swimming with pigs, which you don't want to do, but if you were going to.
Do not want to do that, but if I was going to do it, I feel like Jonathan Bennett would be a good one to go swimming with pigs because he would make it fun. He would be like, come on, just do it. Like, it's fine.
That's exactly what I wrote. Jonathan Bennett and Melissa Peterman.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, I could see him screaming and running from them, but also being so fun and engaging and we'd be hysterically laughing. Okay, you're going to sing karaoke on the ship. Who are you going to sing with?
Oh, Ashley Williams.
I put that too. With Ashley Williams and Wes Brown, since we now know that he sings.
Yes. I don't know if she sings, but she seems like a good time. So
she would be life of the party, a few cocktails, and any song will sound good.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. We're probably going to be in sync on most of these. Acting out an improv scene.
Improv. Who was really good at improv? Brendan Penny was really good. So that's who I would pick.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I put BJ Britt because
that was in my mind too.
Finding Mr. Christmas, he was so funny. And did you see his latest post? Because he did a photo shoot for Entertainment Weekly, and each photo he's unbuttoning another button on his shirt until he's like got it flashed open. Boy, is he fit.
In good shape.
Yeah. Okay, what about a little cruise book club?
Well, I guess because she was reading on the boat, I would pick Taylor Cole. Why not? I don't know who's an avid reader, so I
don't either. But I put, because I think it would be good conversation, Erin Cahill, Taylor Cole, and Nikki DeLoach as a group, and then you could imagine all kinds of.
With only one other person. That's kind of boring.
What did you think? I liked it. What did you think? I didn't like it. Okay, we'll see you again next week. Okay, and the final one is miniature golf.
Miniature golf.
Who would you take miniature golfing? And it can be more than one person.
Who would I go mini golfing with? I think Tyler Hynes would be good for mini golf because he just seems like he doesn't care. He kind of reminds me of Uncle Jesse. Just like not good at sports, but doesn't care. Into other things. And then, maybe I would just pick the three wise men. Andrew Walker, Paul Campbell, and Tyler.
Again, that's exactly what I picked. Because I think there'd be all kinds of hijinks and maybe they'd break out into their little dance and I think it would just be fun.
Yes.
So, the three wise men for sure. So if you guys are looking for some miniature golf partners, Jessica and I.
Yeah, we'd play mini golf with you. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that wraps up the Christmas at Sea docuseries. And any final thoughts on it for you?
As far as if they were to do this show again in the future, which they are, I really hope that they spend more time on the little interactions between cruisers, the bingo, and the cocktail tastings. And I wanted to see more of that and be more immersed in what was happening, especially because a lot of those things we either couldn't get into or didn't want to go to because you were on crutches. The cocktail tasting is something I definitely would have done, but it was there was like, I don't even know, 20 people could get into that or something crazy. So those things I would like to see a lot more of. And I want to see people boarding the boat. I want to see the stars boarding the boat. I want to see them packing. I would have wanted to see Taylor Cole getting the call to say, hey, do you want to come on the boat? Because we just had an opening. And
she was last minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of thing, I really would have liked to see more of, because, as much as you want to tell those real life stories, and you do, people want to see the stars. And
what is it really like? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like when we were in the holding area before we boarded the ship, as we're just starting to go on the gangplank, you could see the stars above and they were waving to us and, yelling, hi, welcome aboard. That was cool. That would have been a fun thing to see. And really, we didn't see a lot of Jonathan Bennett in the series at all.
No. So I think he was probably too busy.
Probably. Yeah. He's the busiest.
There were no talking heads from any of the stars at all.
No, and I would have liked to see, like you said, more interactions with the stars, just with people that weren't necessarily part of the super fan dialogue. Just, this is these two little old ladies from St. Louis, and they came here because whatever, and they're getting their picture with Andrew Walker. And, you can always have those people sign off on it afterwards. You don't have to have this big production. You can get lots of shots of lots of different people.
And I think that probably the stars, they didn't do a lot of interviews with them because, of course, they don't want to take away from the experience of them being out with the people, the attendees. But they could do those after, right? They could always do it later when they get back. That's what they do for regular reality TV, is they film all that stuff all at once. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hallmark, if you're listening, these are our ideas.
Yeah.
So,
and we'd be happy to come aboard and help implement them.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
Yeah. If you need some help.
Unfortunately, the 2025 Hallmark Christmas Cruise is currently sold out, but apparently you can check back on the website on Fridays for updates, because some tickets do get released as people reserved them and then find out that they can't make it. Not a lot of tickets, but some tickets will get released. So there are some people that I've seen on the Facebook group that have been able to, who thought they weren't going to be able to make it. So keep checking back. However, there is the Hallmark Experience, and it's weekends, November 28th through December 21st, and that's Kansas City. Yes. Tickets are available at experiencehallmarkchristmas.com. There are ticketed events, including interactive activities, shows, and presentations, but the square is open and you can go there without tickets. There's a Hall market with Hallmark merch, festive food and drink, a card sending station, a Christmas market. There's tree lighting shows, a Hallmark movie marathon, an ice rink, a light walk, and on-demand exclusive screen printed tees. Some of those are at an additional cost. Some of them are just free to walk through the Hall of Lights.
And we really need to go. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah,
I would love to, for sure. And there's also all kinds of other cons. There's Christmas Con that they do in Jersey. And then there was what was that? Hometown Christmas, something that was last weekend.
Yeah.
In Georgia. I'm actually surprised they don't do anything here, just because Texas is so huge. But I haven't heard of anything Christmas related.
It'd be cool if they did something in Seattle, just because so many Hallmark movies, it pans over the city, you see the Space Needle, and it's allegedly taking place in Seattle. But
a lot of them live in Vancouver, so it's real close to just drive down. So, Anyways, who was your favorite featured group on the Christmas?
Gail and Alicia. And they are going to be joining the cast of Finding Mr. Christmas. They're going to be guest judges on probably one episode. So they'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, hopefully they're not as take it off as the other girls were.
Oh my gosh, that was... Again, be respectful. And they weren't like that when they were interacting with Tyler. They were, of course they were giddy with excitement, but they weren't inappropriate.
They weren't asking him to take his shirt off or anything. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think my favorite was Victoria and Laura. I just loved them. I think they were so cute. Yeah, they look like they would be a fun hang. And I love that they're both creative and, all of that. So they were my favorite for sure.
Super fun. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Christmas on the Sea. And if you are going on the 2025 Hallmark Christmas Cruise, have so much fun. Just really embrace it. Be ready for lots of holiday cheer, lots of activities, some lines and some crowds, but everybody there is so happy to be there and coming together for a common cause and a common love of Hallmark. You're just going to have the best time. So highly recommend it.
Take lots of photos and, don't be afraid to ask other people to take photos for you.
So thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We loved chatting about this and, hopefully Hallmark will take our tips on how to proceed with the next rendition of Christmas at Sea.
Yes. And if you haven't listened to all of our episodes, we did 4 or 5 episodes about, I think 4 episodes about the cruise, one for each day. You can go back in our feed and listen to all of those where we get really into the nitty gritty. And we were recording those as it was happening. So they're very detailed. At this point, I've forgotten a lot of things, I think.
On the ship. In fact, I need to go back and listen to them so I can relive the magic of the cruise.
Yeah.
Because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Love on the Pod. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. So whether you're pitching a screenplay to Hallmark stars
or riding an ATV with Tyler Hynes,
we hope all your adventures are smooth sailing. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.